one by one. Macbeth sat brooding, his thoughts far away.
The sailor fight didn't come today. I wonder if he's hatching some plot. My spies will discover what I cannot. Tomorrow I meet the witches three and ask what they predict for me.
The sisters were hidden in a cavern deep. Around the cauldron they did creep. With their hands so sprinkled with time, they stirred a stinking, putrid slime.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble, filling of a fanny steak, in the cauldron boil and bake, adder's fork and blindworm sting, lizard's leg and howlet's wing, a horrid smell it does secrete, cool it now then the spell's complete. By the prickling of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Macbeth strode in.
I should not imagine, secret hags. Where does my life stand?
The witches shrieked.
Come, cauldron froth, shades of evil enchant this broth.
From the simmering pot rose an armored head.
Macbeth, beware Macduff.
It said, the spirit dissolved into the steam. A newborn child appeared like a dream.
Be bloody bold, feel not your death. None of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
None of woman born, that's impossible, you see. The Thane of Fife has no power over me.
The image faded, and in its place there was another unusual face. It was a child in a regal gown, a branch in hand, wearing a crown.
Macbeth shall never vanquish be until brave Bond and Wood meets Dunsinane Hill.
That's impossible. All falls like confound. We all know trees don't walk around. As these powerful visions I do assure. As King of Scotland, I am mostly insecure and mostly in debt. But I do have one final request. Will vanquished children go after me?
Seek no more.
Cried the witches three.
Revere it at once, I insist.
The hags conceded and together hissed.
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Majestic kings appeared in a row. Carrying scepters, their crowns aglow. In single file they marched past Macbeth. His smile faded, he gasped for breath.
How can this be? That's 4, 5, 7, that's 7 I see. A hobo sight, this I can't stand.
Then in came the eighth, the mirror in its hand.
Does it ever end?
Macbeth cried in despair. Banquo's ghost loomed at the end of the line. He smiled as if saying,
These kings are all mine.
this was exactly what Macbeth had feared. Then the witches and cauldron all disappeared. Macbeth collapsed, then staggered to his feet. At the sound outside of a thundering beat, he called for his man who guarded the cave.
Did you see the witches?
Macbeth sounded grave. The guard answered,
Nothing I could see with a set man who was me. Macduff is
Macbeth was enraged.
No more delay. Macduff had sealed his family demise. Will take his castle by surprise, and order the death of his whole crew, his wife, his babies, and his servants too.
Back at Fife, Lady Macduff was distraught.
My husband's in England, he loves us not. Why I just make a fire plan?
Ross consoled her.
Someone must take a stand. Scotland is in a terrible way. Under it, but refused to give.
Your husband?
Your husband does not deserve your land. I think we're only a personal plan.
The lady turned to her son.
Your father's a traitor. I don't believe him. Come back to us later.
Then a messenger arrived.
Danger is near. I must sleep now, my lady. I can't be found here.
But alas, the warning was delivered too late, and all in the castle met a horrible fate. Meanwhile, Malcolm was in England's court. Their king had offered his support. Macduff arrived and urged Malcolm back.
Our country suffers, we must attack.
Malcolm agreed.
We won't be delayed. The brave Lord Soward is mounting a brigade. We'll march with him and 10,000 men, and Scotland will be ours once again.
Just then, faithful Ross rode in on his steed.
Sorry to report that I fell deep. Surprising our message is bring.
Ross added,
The work of the king.
No.
The castle was surprised.
he solemnly said,
Your family came here and they're all dead.
My precious wife, my son, Till, that Terence has a heart of stone from a sorrow I have never known.
Malcolm exclaimed.
Flatten not your heart. Let grief change to anger and we will depart.
Macduff rose in fury.
He'll die by my sword. I'll get revenge to Scotland, for Scotland, my lord.
Meanwhile, Macbeth moved to Dunsinane Hill. In the castle there, his wife was quite ill. In the dead of night, through the halls she creaked. Her eyes were open, yet she was asleep. Her servant was horrified by this strange scene. She called for the doctor to intervene.
Here she comes in her night-time. She sees no one, her brain is on fire. We will melt her omelet.
The doctor said, but what they heard filled them with dread.
Who knew again so much blood?
Sighed the queen.
Will these hands never be clean?
She rubbed them together in dismay.
Yet here's a spot out, I say. All the perfumes are not sweet in this hand.
The lady looked pale and could hardly stand.
What's done cannot be undone.
She said. Then she drifted off.
To bed, to bed.
The doctor explained.
I've a base by the sight. I think that I dare not speak tonight.
Now Scotland grew tired of the best cruel reign, so the thanes all gathered near Dunsinane. They marched together toward Birnam Wood, and with the English army stood. Malcolm greeted them with pleasure and pride.
Thank you for fighting by my side. Friends and kinsmen, the day is near, when our land will be safe and we will live without fear. Every soldier must cut a branch from the trees and hide themselves behind one of these. We'll shadow our numbers as we move up the hill. Macbeth won't guess our numbers still. Together our armies will fight as one. The battle for Scotland has just begun.
Back in his castle at Dunsinane, Macbeth prepared for war once again. He was convinced he would never fall.
Hang out the batters on the castle wall. Let them desert me.
His rage was severe.
I have nothing to fear till Birnam Wood moves. See to my armored man.
Then he called the doctor who was close at hand.
How is my wife feeling today?
The doctor replied.
She's in a bad way. She's not sick of body, it's on her mind. There is no cure that I can find.
The screams of women filled the air, but did not give the king a scare.
Once I have cringed, it just cries in my ear. Now,
He said.
I have nothing I fear.
Seaton announced.
Queen is dead.
Oh, she should.
She should have died hereafter.
Macbeth said.
Life is a trivial tale, when all is undone, creeping closer and closer to dusky death.
Life had lost all meaning for Macbeth. A terrified messenger burst through the door. His face was pale as he crossed the floor.
When I set my ground upon the hill, the trees of Birnam moved at will.
Liar, slave, I am not amused. The trees don't walk around, you must be confused.
But the words of the spirits echoed in his brain.
Fear not, till Birnam Wood meets Dunsinane.
Could it be true? Had he been misled?
We better attack.
Was all that he said.
We will ring the alarm, at least we're down with armor on our back.
Meanwhile, his enemies crept forward on few, behind their branches, hidden from view.
Throw down your strings.
Malcolm cried.
Soldiers spread out far and wide. Sireward, advance your troops from the west. Macduff and I will command the rest.
Sireward's son found Macbeth first.
Over this fire, and then I have Chris. You, my friend, are a woman born.
And though young Cyrus was brave and bold, he was slain by Macbeth, as the vision foretold. Then in came Macbeth across the field. He spotted the king.
Scoundrel, yield!
Get thee back.
Get thee back!
Macbeth cried in disdain.
Despair, Macduff, your fight is in vain.
You're a woman, then.
You and my friend are a woman born.
You'll never
You
kill me.
never kill me, you see. I'm protected by spell, you see.
Macduff laughed in derision.
I am not one born from my mother's womb. I was entirely torn.
The moment of truth had finally arrived. In the duel that followed, only one survived. Macbeth's body lay on the moor so bleak. Too much glory he tried to seek. He lost his castle, his army, his wife. Ambition and greed cost him his life. So once more in Scotland, the calm was restored. Malcolm was crowned country's new lord. Duncan's son was a breath of fresh air. He cared for his people and their welfare. The crowds all cheered.
Hail to thee!
From tyranny they had been set free. The fear and anger finally did cease, and Scotland was once again at peace. What can we learn in this tale of strife as we make decisions in our life? Don't lose your honor as you reach for your dream. Don't lose your virtue, your self-esteem. Remember Macbeth, he wanted it all. It brought a quick rise, but a swifter fall. And worst of all, when he met his end, Macbeth died without a single friend. We'd like to thank you all very much for coming, and I'd like to turn your attention